Daf Tzadik Ches is in the bottom. Question Machloikis, if the Shulchanos, we had 10 tables that resembled the Shulchan of Lechem Aponim, 10 menorahs, what direction were they facing? So if this is the Heichal, did they go from east to west or did they go from north to south? So the Gemara had a bunch of kashas. If they went, let's say, from north to south, then it basically, A, couldn't fit in here. B, how do you get into the Kodesh HaKodashim? If it just, imagine tables right across, there's not even an inch of space. What, you have to jump? What? So now, the Gemara returns the favor. Okay, so according to you, everything is great. And even if you say that the tables went east to west, you never accounted for table number 11. We're only talking about 10, 10, 10. So if there's 10 tables, that equals 20 amma. But wait a minute, there's another table. This table number 11. So now you have 22 ammas. Where do you put it? Elo misavers up. So even according to you, it doesn't fit in here. Elo misavres chadorava treidora ninu. You must say that we had 2 rows of tables. So it went like this. So you see the picture in Rashi. Everybody has a picture. Instead of having one long row of 10 tables, we split them up. There's 5 tables, 5 on top, 5 on the bottom. And Moshe Rabbeinu's table, the main shulchan, was somewhere in the middle. Ask the Gemara. Bishloima, Daf Tzadik Tes on the top. Bishloima l'mandomat sofon v'doroim. If the tables go north to south, shapir. Elo l'mando omar mizrach u'mayrov michdi. So now the Gemara makes a cheshbon. This is the cheshbon, very simple cheshbon. If the tables are going east-west, this is the Kodesh HaKodashim. So basically it's going this way, right? This is the Kodesh HaKodashim, so the tables are going in this direction. So what's going on here? The Gemara basically wants to say that there's a line down the middle. There's Tzafon and Dorim, and there's a clear-cut line down the middle. 10 amos. Right? The width of the Heichal is 20 amos. So the line straight down the middle is 10 amos. According to you, that there's 2 rows of 5, it comes out that this row is halfway into the other side, and that's a no-no, because we know that it can't go over the line. Now it could go an inch or 2, but that's it, but not half a table. What's the cheshbon? Because you have to say that there's tables, Moshe Rabbeinu, tables. The tables themselves are an amma wide, so that's 3 ammas. Then you have the distance between the wall and a table, and the distance between table and table is always 2.5 amma. So add it up, you got 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, that's 7.5. Plus 3 is 10.5. So you have half an amma into the place where you're not allowed to be. So how does that fit? Says the Gemara, you have to say that the table is off the wall. How much? It has to be 2.5 amos off the wall. And every table is 1 amma wide. And then you got to give another 2.5 amos between the table and Moshe Rabbeinu's table. And an amma of Moshe Rabbeinu. And another 2.5 amos between Moshe Rabbeinu's table and the second row of table. And now 1 amma for the second row. Now we find that the shulchan is eating up space. Now it jetted into the south a half amma. And that's no good.
Why does it have to be 2.5 ammas together?
Oh, it has to be 2.5 ammas. Thank you for bringing it up. It has to be 2.5 ammas because there's 2 kohanim that walk together, as we're going to see in the following Mishnah. There's always 2.5 kohanim to go get the bread from both sides of the shulchan. And we said that 2 people need 2.5 amma. That's the thing. They're going together. They're walking side by side. 2.5 amma.
So one kohen going After the Mizbeach, you need 1 amma.
Because that's one. Oh, you're saying, yeah, but shoulder to shoulder. You need space. You can't touch each other. Exactly. That's a great point. 1 amma per person, let's say. But 2 people needs a little bit more. You're not touching. Yeah, you'll throw them off by mistake. Mi savris, says the Gemara. Mi savris, shulchan de Moshe, bahadayu havi Yosef. Loi. The madalei umanachlei. The whole kasha only starts because Moshe Rabbeinu's table is smack in the middle of the 2 rows. And that adds, how much does that add? If we put Moshe Rabbeinu's table smack in the middle, that adds 2.5 amma. Right. You're right. 3.5 amma. One of the table itself, but 2.5 amma between him and that. Once we get rid of Moshe Rabbeinu's table, then we don't have an issue. So where do you put Moshe Rabbeinu's table? You put him on the top, like in the picture of Rashi. Now, some of you might have old version of Rashi, and it's not correct. In my Gemara, actually, it's fixed, and in this picture, it's fixed. I hope in all the Gemaras it's fixed. Some Gemaras, it has this table sideways. Anybody have it?
Yeah.
The original Rashi has it sideways. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure why he has it. Why would the Shulchan
It can't be. We're talking about either Tov and Dora.
Exactly. So that picture is off. That's why they fixed it in my mean. I'll go upon him. They fixed it in most of the Gemara's Baruch Hashem. You have it the wrong way, yeah.
Yeah, but it shows, I think it's showing it over here.
So it probably has a asterisk over there and tells you that it's not. It's just the original. Fine. So what do we gain? What do we gain by putting it over here? Now we could squeeze we could squeeze these 2 rows together, and look at this line all of a sudden. We have plenty of room now up to the Darim line, and it's not a problem anymore. Fine.
Art School has it the right way. Rashi in Art School.
Right, because it's not Art Scroll. It's Vilna. He's just trying to say
Left it the way it was.
they left it exactly the way it was. They weren't like my guy. Any if there's a dot of ink somewhere, they left that dot. I mean, it's just the original. Says the Gemara. So basically, this is how a Talmud would sit in front of his Rebbe. The Rebbe's up here, and then they sit down here. So,
Like here.
exactly. Not like the first day or the first few days I used to sit where you sat, like where Gary's sitting. I learned very quickly it's impossible. I can't turn my neck right and left. Okay. The Gemara is saying, Shlomo HaMelech, and this fits in with what we were saying until now, he made an additional 10 tables similar to Lechem Aponim. This man, the Omar, holds that the Lechem Aponim only went on 1 out of the 11 tables, Moshe Rabbeinu's table. It says Shulchan, singular, 1 table got the Lechem Aponim. There was 10 menorahs, and they only lit on the one. Shenemar, it's menorahs, singular. Hazov and Ersel levoy barev. Rabbi ben Shamoimer al kulam hoyu misadrim. Hold on. Oh, where did he go? Oh, that's not you. Fine, somebody else. Al kulon. Al kulon, right? Al kulam hoyu misadrim. Shenemar. So here comes Rabbi ben Shamoimer and says you could put the bread on all 11 tables if you want. It's not a problem. Obviously, it doesn't mean literally on all 11 tables. It means you pick 1 out of the 11 and you put it there. You can't take one bread and put it on this one, the other bread, and you can't add extra breads. But you don't have to put the bread necessarily on that table. That's most Rishonim hold like that. Shenemar. Es hashulchonos yishkoyach. Es hashulchonos v'aleim lechem apanim. So it does say the tables. So we have to understand what it means, the tables. Tables means I could put it on all tables. And I could light the menorah, whichever menorah I feel like, all 11. Shenemar. As I'm menorahs. So again it says plural, I could light all 11 menorahs. It's not true. So it's a good kasha. It says in the pasuk you could put on all tables. It doesn't say table. Elu shloisha shulchanei shoy b'mikdash. So he says the pshat is it's referring to the 3 tables that were in the Beis Hamikdash.
besides the 10?
Yes. So here it goes. Here's the pshat. Shnayim shahoyu be'ula mibifnim lepesach habayis. When you go, what's going on? It's working. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sha'akol niyeh b'dvaroi.
Somebody should write him something. זה לא בסדר. He's definitely not doing it.
He's doing plenty. He's probably in the. Yeah, he already sent messages. It's not Shabbos. He said he's working on his lawsuit against the Lal. They're doing a class action suit. So listen to this. Rabbi say, when you walk into the Heichal, as the Kohen approaches the Heichal, there's a table on the right and there's a table on the left. One is gold and one is silver. When he walked in, he put the bread. He's holding these heavy breads, puts it down on the silver table. It's a terrible shirt, yeah. Live, I know. The makeup, the whole thing. Shkoyach, I do appreciate it. And then from that table, he puts it down. It's heavy stuff. We said a stack of these breads weighs 100 pounds. So he puts it down. He rests a little bit. Then they go, they put the 2 stacks down, then they go and they come all the way here to the shulchan. They put it in the shulchan. As we're going to see exactly how they put it in the shulchan. On the way out, the shulchan is gold. So on the way out, they also put it on the other table right over here in the entrance to the Eichel. They put it down as well. Why do they put the bread down on their way out? What?
Table, the same kind of a table as inside, was it?
No, probably not. Probably just a folding table made out of gold. And then they put it down on the table. I just made it up. They put it down on the table. Why did they put it down on the table? Very interesting, because they had to wait for the bezichin to be burned. They had to be makir the bezichin, but they had to get rid of the bread. So they put it down on the table. But what's interesting is that one table was silver and the other table is gold. Why? Says the Gemara. Elu shloisha shulchanim shayu b'mikdash. Like smack in the middle of the page somewhere. Shnayim shayu ba'ulam mebifnim lepesach habayis. 2 that were in the entrance of the ulam. Echad shel kesef, echad shel zav. Al shel kesef noisim lechem haponim b'knisasai. On the silver one he puts the bread when he comes into the eichel. Al shel zav b'tziasai. And on the golden one on the way out. Shemalim ba'kodesh v'loy meridim. Why were both of them not made out of gold or silver? Because you're supposed to step it up. You always go up when it comes to kedusha. So you put it down on a silver table, and then you go from the silver to the zav. By the way, what is the first table? Silver or marble? It says mefurish, it's silver. Now, the Gemara later says, the Mishnah says mefurish, that it's marble. So you have to understand, l'chayra, they're not mechulek on each other, and they're both silver. That's how Rashi learns. He calls marble silver.
Both marble.
I think Rashi over there says no, that marble looks silver. You sure? I'm pretty sure I saw it in Rashi. Right. Exactly. So mechtes is that way or this way. I thought.
It's called kesef here.
Why would they do marble? Doesn't make any sense. What in the base of English is marble? It's like having aniyos b'makom hashirus.
White marble is very expensive.
Silver is not very good to use because it gets black very quickly.
Okay. I have to see. I saw in the Lashon Rashi. It seemed like it was not, but okay, you could be right. Zog the Gemara. It's Taisus here. There's a whole thing.
With meat, some things are marble because they preserve the meat better.
Right, and I think they bring that. They bring the coldness. Somebody says that the marble is cold. Yeah, there's all. It goes in all directions. Now, obviously, the one inside Moshe Rabbeinu's shulchan is made out of gold, and on that the lechem is on it tamid. It's always there. We're going to see what the word tamid means. How do you know that you don't go downwards when it comes to kedusha? Omar Rebbe Omar Kro Vayokem Moshe Samishkan. So it uses the word Vayokem. He lifted up. He stood it up. It's talking about the Shivas Yimei Miluim. Moshe Rabbeinu, he lifted up the crushim, Adonim, the whole thing. And you're talking about pieces of wood that weighed thousands of pounds. These were 1.5 amma wide, but giant pieces of wood that a human being can't lift. Moshe Rabbeinu told HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I can't do it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, put your hands lifted and I'm going to lift it for you. So he did it by himself. And he uses interesting lashon. The pasuk starts off, it says, Vayokem, Moshe Samishkan. And then it says the word Vayitein es Adonov. Then it says the word Vayosem es Kroshav. Vayitein es Berichav. And finally, the final word, it starts with Vayokem and it ends with Vayokem as Amudov. And not, it should have said maybe Vayiten, Vayosem, and it says Vayokem. So we learn from here that you don't go downwards. When you start with a Vayokem, you end with Vayokem. Uminolam de Malin, and how do you know you go upwards? We're talking about Koirach, and Koirach v'Adosai, they used these pans. So after Akash Baruch Hu killed them out, Akash Baruch Hu said, take their pans, and I want to use their pans and make the coating for the Mizbeach out of them. So you see from here, you take a pan that's only in Tashmisha Kedusha, and you bring it up a level to actual Mizbeach. Covering to the Mizbeach, we started as Tashmish Kedusha, and now they're the full-fledged Mizbeach. Says the pasuk, it says the luchos are shoinim asher shibarta. You should v'chosafta. What's the whole lashon? Ve'echtoy ala luchos advarim asher hoyu ala luchos harishoinim. We're talking about the second luchos. The second luchos, I'm going to write exactly what I wrote on the first ones. And then the Torah says, Asher Shibarta, which you broke. V'samta ba'aron, and take these second luchos, put them in an aron. The question is, why did he say Asher Shibarta? What's the difference? What happened to them? Right on these luchos, whatever I had on the first luchos. What's the difference? What the history you had? You broke it, and then this happened. That's not important to what we're saying. Write exactly what the first one. Asher Shibarta says the Gemara, because Tony Rav Yosef Melamed. It's going to tell us a chiddush that even the broken pieces of the first luchos go in the box. They go in the arid. Mekan, and from here we learn that Talmud Chacham sheshachach Talmudoi machmas eintzoi. If a Talmud Chacham he forgot his learning because something happened to him, he was too busy. Rashi in Brachos I think says he's busy with parnas or he had a disease. Shein noigim boi minhag b'zoyin. At the end of the day, he used to be a Talmud Chacham, so now is not a time to embarrass him. So Rish Lakish says three things. Simen, Bitel, Sarach, V'shachach. Says Rish Lakish, Rish Lakish, Pa'omim, Dav, Tzadik, Tesam, and Beis, Shibi, Tula, Shel Torah, Zeh Yisoida. Unbelievable concept. Says Rashi that if you mevatel Torah in order to do a Levaya, or to do Achnosas Kala, it's as if you are learning. So I wouldn't know that by myself. I wouldn't say, oh, I'm doing a big mitzvah, I'm burying it dead. No, learning is more important. But if you're stopping your learning to do a mitzvah, because that's what you have to do, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives you the schar of learning. And I hear from this that learning is more chashuv than these things. I would say, okay, I stopped learning, it's worth $100 an hour. I bury a dead person, I get $100 an hour. No. Burying a dead, maybe you only get $50 an hour, and learning is $100. But because you stopped your learning to bury, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu is machshavit, and you get the more schar of learning. That's what it seems like. Siv, what? Should be tula shel Torah. What does it mean?
Yisoida's maybe big.
Oh, no, because Rashi says ki ilu yoshev umiyasda v'oisik. It's as if.
Greater. So it's greater. You're miyasda. You're one of the founding fathers.
It says ki'ilu yoshev. It's as if you learned. It doesn't say kilu more. Mikabel socha kilu yoshev.
I'm saying that you're a founder. You're something bigger. I don't know.
But that's not what Rashi says. Rashi says you get the sachar as if you're learning Torah. Should be tula shel Torah zeh yisoid. Yichsiv asher shibarto. Omar lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is the famous Gemara. Omar lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu Moshe. Yishar koichach shibarto. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is happy with Moshe Rabbeinu that he broke the luchos. And what the Gemara is saying here is that by Moshe Rabbeinu breaking the luchos, he was mevatel Torah. They couldn't learn anymore. He took the Gemara and ripped it up. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, you did the right thing, because sometimes doing that is more important than learning, or as important than learning. That's what you have to do. That's what is required at the time. That's what you have to do. Yishar koichach sheshibarta. V'omer shlokish. Talmud chacham shesarach. A Talmud chacham that went off. Ein mevazen oisay mefaresia. You're not mevayish mefaresia.
What is Shusara?
He did something wrong, but he did a bad thing, I think. Nichshel ba'avera. Now, why don't you embarrass him?
No, it's a bird that needs needling.
So why don't you embarrass him? Because it's a chil Hashem. And I was thinking, it happens to us b'derenu. Sometimes they catch a Talmid Chacham lo yaleinu with a bad thing. It's a scandal, and right away everybody's like, "Oh, you heard the rabbi did this and the rabbi did that," and that's a chil Hashem. That
As you lead him out of court, you've got to cover it.
really that's the halacha.
I'm saying, going to
course.
this, you mustn't be like
Yeah.
the fast.
Yeah, it's not a mitzvah to say, "Oh, this Rav did this and this and that,"
It's talking about a Talmid Chacham that needs needling.
so it's even worse.
So, eight menadim b'Torah.
Who told you this? This is in the Mishnah.
Marshal.
The Marshal.
He spoke to the marshal.
Ein minadam is mefaresia, but doesn't mean you shouldn't talk lashon hara about him this and that. But I'm saying the concept is the same. It's a chil Hashem. The people say, people love it. The media, oh, rabbi, you heard a rabbi stole, and the rabbi this and the rabbi that. It's a chil Hashem.
The whole time he talks about somebody who was
That's what I say.
and he says you're allowed to cover.
Because they always say my samcho.
If you know, yeah, but it's not my family.
Right, but over here it's different. This is a Talmud Chacham, and it's the Torah that he had before. It's a chil Hashem. Nothing to do with the person. We're not talking about lashon hara. We're talking about Hakadosh Baruch Hu. It's mevayish. It's kilu mechal shem shemayim.
Is it because of us or because of him? It's supposed to be that to be invited
Us.
himself.
You're not mevazeh him because it's a chil Hakadosh Baruch
Doesn't
Hu.
mean that maybe away from him you can realize him, not in front of him.
All right, 5 minutes. Zog the Gemara. Shenemar v'choshalto hayoim v'choshal gam novi imcho laylo.
מה זה תלמיד חכם?
Nara Amaretz. Says the Gemara. The Gemara takes a pasuk that really doesn't talk about it, but the Gemara uses it as a limud. V'choshalto hayoim v'choshal gam novi imcho laylo. That what? That if a novi is nishal kasehu kalaylo, you should cover him. V'omer Shlakish kol shakech dover echom talmudoi oiver belav. Amazing. Rav Shlakish says that if a person doesn't do enough chazara, I think that's what it means, that it causes him to forget one thing of his Torah, oiver belav. What is shemshakech? How do you mishakech? It means he's not actively trying to remember it. So he's over, right? L'chayr means chazara. But then you go into other problems like you're going to see later. If you don't learn, it's a different problem. That's why we have to start doing a chazara program, everybody say. We have to do chazara, a little at a time.
Much more the sinner. It says before says much more the sinner you can do about him.
Yeah, could be. Right, it's not a chil Hashem. Yeah. Zog the Gemara, how do I know this? Shenemar hishomer l'cha ushmor nafshecha ma'oid ken tishkach es advarim. Ukeder Rebbe Oven, Omer Rebbe Law, Omer Rebbe Oven, Omer Rebbe Law. Kol mokem shenemar hishomer pen va'al, the famous concept. And every time it uses the word hishomer or pen or va'al, it becomes a loisas. So since the Torah says hishomer l'cha, then you shouldn't forget. So you're even alive if you forget. Now it gets worse, Reuven. Ravino Amar. Hishomer upen shnei lavim ninu. Since it says hishomer and pen in the same pasuk, so you're over on two of the three. Because Rivon says if it says hishomer pen and al, and in this pasuk it says pen varm. So you have on two lavim. Unbelievable. Every single thing that you learn. So multiply it by the hundreds of dafim, and so it becomes a big problem. What? That's what he said. He's quitting Daf Yomi. Okay, wait. Yeah, forget this stuff. This is one thing you guys should forget. Let's go later. Where does it say that? Where does it say that? Ooh, okay, that's a good one. Okay, that's a lifesaver.
It's the only way people will be massive to say they're not the Talmud Chacham.
Yeah, exactly. Me, I'm not Talmud Chacham. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's very good. Because Baruch Hu always takes what you say and what you do. You wore the frock, you got up there and gave a gross speech at the bar mitzvah. You think you got the shlishi. Or if you're Talmud Chacham, then how come you don't remember anything? So it's all the shitascha. Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Isn't it more that a person specifically makes a point of forgetting it, rather than that he forgets it because he didn't?
But that's that they explain. I didn't see it in Rashi, but they explain that it's it's by not chazring. Nothing to do. We're going to see there is a kind of yeah.
Shema means you've got to take precautions.
Yeah.
But he's darshing the word hamshakeach. He's
Actually,
actively.
he wants to get it.
Yeah.
He specifically doesn't.
How do you do that? How do you do it physically? The only way to do it physically is by not chazring. Zog the Gemara.
When they learn it.
Rav Nachman by Yitzchak Omar b'shloish lavim. He's over 3. Shenemar in the same pasuk it says Yishomer lecha, but it says Ushmar. So even though Shmar and Yishomer is the same thing, but it says it twice, so you over another lav for Shmar and Avshach, and then you over for the pen Tishkach Sadvarim. This is a big chiddush. Well, I mean, like, what is the chiddush? I would think that even a guy's a shoygig, he's a oinus, he got sick. I would have a minute that he should be chayiv. Yes, because maybe they explain, because maybe he could have made sure that he didn't get sick. Maybe he should have worn a coat and not get a cold or something. He should have been very, very careful with this Torah. Only when a person actively removes it from his heart. What I would think also a person that has a very hard time with his learning, it's very difficult sugya. So if he's overwhelmed with a lot, maybe that's what we are. We're overwhelmed with so much Daf Yomi, so much stuff. So we're it's takval of mishnasa. It's literally maybe this fits in very well. Takval of mishnasa. It's like so much. Overwhelming. Rak. So we have the p'tur of rak. Just remember that when you go up there. Rak. The Torah took 40 days for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give it to us. I think it's referring not to the neshama so much as to the guf, to the vlad in the stomach. That takes 40 days. You know, Tzir Vlad is 40 days. The neshama, I think all neshamas were created already. If you watch your Torah, you keep it in a good place, then you watch your neshama, you watch your body. Mashal la'adam shemosar tzipar droyer la'avdoi. Person who gave a drawer to a slave. What is a drawer? What kind of bird?
Pigeon.
So I think in modern day Hebrew, a drawer is a sparrow. I have pictures. Don't worry. And then I looked in the art scroll. He says a swallow. I have no idea why he says swallow. Where did he come up with this? This is what a drawer is. I chopped off the head. This is a drawer. It's like the common bird. This is in Hebrew, right? Zelo dror? Is it dror? And this is what he says, a swallow. This is also a bird that we have in Eretz Yisrael. You know they fly like crazies?
Yeah, they fly from South Africa and
Sis? They fly, if you try to watch it for more than 3 seconds, it's impossible. They go up and say, yeah. This is a swallow. According to the art scroll, this is what a drawer is. Kasha, I don't know. I'm going to ask Rabbi Milumans why.
Scroll quotes Radak, who says it's a Huron Della.
Oh, not a swallow? No, but I thought I looked. So they know, they did the research. They're probably right. I'll go bottom. Maybe the modern Hebrew is not right.
is it draw
Kind of thing.
bird?
No, not bad. But I will tell you that in yeshiva, when we were younger, there was a drawer. It says the drawer is a house bird because you can't catch it in a house. So we used to have like a small room. It's impossible to catch the bird. It's so fast, and even though it's trapped and it's within it, it's not possible.
Isn't the sparrow kosher bird?
I don't think so. Even if it's kosher, you'll never get to eat one. So you can't catch it.
In Germany, they used to check out every 50 years to keep them safe. Birds are only eaten according to that.
Which birds? The sparrow?
And it's such a tiny bird, it will just get out.
During the war.
So
Oh, it is kosher, you're saying?
yeah. No, it's only kosher.
Oh, and it's only kosher in Germany.
Right? So to keep the Messiah every 50 years, they made a minute to check one bird.
Interesting.
But the kept out.
Yeah, that's a sparrow. Doesn't have a
Swallow
head.
is not though.
He's saying there's no Messiah, there's no this.
It's
Fine.
like the quail and all these other things that we don't have a Messiah.
All right. Zog the Gemara.
It's kosher, but we don't know.
So there's a mashal that a person gives a bird a drawer to his slave. A person gives a bird to his slave. This drawer, Omar. How much is a swallow worth, a drawer? Like he said, it has 1 teaspoon worth of meat in it. It's worth a small amount of money. It's worth isar, a nothing. But by the way, if you lose it, don't think you're going to pay me an isar and you're going to get away with it. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to destroy you. This is yours to watch. So the same thing says the Gemara with the Torah and your neshama. Don't think, it's just Torah, I forgot it. No. if you lose it, oy vavoy, I'm going to kill you, says Hashem. It's a mashal. Zog the Mishnah. So how did this lechem upon him work? Shnei shulchanos hayu ba'ulam mibifnim al pesach habayis. So these are the two tables we just discussed. Echad shel shayish ve'echad shel zohav. One was marble and one was gold. So let's see Rashi here. No, it's not over here. Okay, no. So maybe it was Taisus on Amid Aleph over here in the bottom. Okay, fine. I'm trying to find that where I thought the Rashi said it's silver, not marble. Okay. Right. So they say it's the same thing. It's not. It's just called. It's on Amid Aleph. He says the marble is silver. It's the same. It's just called a different name, but it means one thing. When they come into the Beis Hamikdash with the fresh bread, they put it down on the shayish. And when they're done on Shabbos, when they're done, the bread is already 7 days old. They take it out and they put it down on the zav. Reading, that's what we had. And Moshe Rabbeinu is made out of gold. Oh, so this is interesting. There's 4 kohanim that come in. Shnai biyodam shnei zdarim. 2 kohanim hold 6 breads each. I think it's really funny. It's almost like comical. 2 kohanim like schwitzing away, they're holding 100 pounds, and then 2 kohanim, they're holding a little teeny spoon right behind them. They walk in, and why? Why is it that you need a full kohen? I mean, obviously, one kohen can hold 2 spoons. It's not a big deal, because the bezichin is like kmitza, as we learned, and it's biyamin. So there's only one hand that he could do per bezichin. So you have 2 kohanim. So this is going that the tables are facing east-west. So one of them stands on the north of the table, and one of them stands on the south. So there's 2 standing at Safon, and they're facing the south. And there's another 2 that are removing the breads, they're in the south. So if this is the line right over here, so the kohanim taking out the bread are on this side of the table, and the kohanim putting in the bread are over here. This is the north, this is the south.
The bread's going across the road.
It's going on the lengthwise 2 rows into the length, and the table is on the length. So the breads are going this way.
So the feeding
In the
one direction.
And feeding it in the other direction, so that it should be tamed. It should always be in there. What? So maybe you can remove the sniffim because move. They're on the floor.
On the floor.
So Shaila. And by the way, there's no konim. We said there's no konim on Shabbos. The konim are gone.
Maybe
so what do you need
put it
sniffim
on,
for?
Maybe they took it off for Shabbos. They put it on, and then after Shabbos, they put the whole thing.
Yeah. Could be that's what it is. The sniffim. I didn't think about the sniffim. You're right. It's mashma that they did because it was a shiloh whether they could put the bread on them, and they said no, don't put the bread. And the other guy says you could put the bread on them, but if you could put the bread on them, so they had some sort of, it looked like the original. So they were back to back. That as you remove one, you put the next one in, so there's always bread on the table. It doesn't matter, says Rabbi Yossi. You can remove the bread and put the new bread in hours later. As long as this bread there at night, it's considered tamid. And now on the way out, they put the bread on the golden table, which was in the ulam as you come in. But once they were marked to the bezichim, then the breads get divided to the kohanim. Half of it goes to the kohanim that are in last week's mishmar, and they're on the way out as a parting gift, and the other half goes to the new guys that are coming in.
They put all 6 on at once?
How did they do it?
They're holding a pot of 6, they put 6
Could be, because there's no poles.
Holding 6.
Each one's holding 6, so yeah, they put right in, and there's no poles to worry about. There's
And
no
after Shabbos, when they put the things underneath, did they start from the bottom or from the top?
probably from the bottom. Why not? They lift it up. It doesn't make sense to start from the top. Okay. Yotzu Nesonam Al Shulchan Aruch. Chal Yom Kippurim Leis B'Shabbos. What if Yom Kippur fell out on Shabbos? Hachalis Mischalkos La'erev. So you can't eat it. So you have to wait until Motzei Shabbos. Chal is Be'erev Shabbos. Yeah. Otherwise, it would be lino. You have to eat it right away. Now, if Yom Kippur falls out on Erev Shabbos, Tosfos points out it's impossible for Yom Kippur to fall out on Shabbos in our days. Since we have a calendar, it never falls out on Erev Shabbos. But in those days, it could. So now you have this sa'ir of Yom Kippur, which isn't cooked because he couldn't cook it. And you had these people, they come from Alexandria, from Bavli of Alexandria, they were able to eat raw, like sushi, they ate this raw meat. They were not istinus in what?
It's called tartar.
Tartar, yeah. Tanya Rabbi Yossi Omer. Even if you remove the bread and there's nothing on the table for hours at a time, it's not a problem. It means that it can't go overnight without bread. Omer Rebami, very interesting sugya. Says Rebami, I can learn from here. Even if a person didn't learn anything, you hear Rabbi say, this is a big heter for everybody. Even if you only learned a little bit in the morning and a little bit at night, since there's a chiyuv to learn all day, according to Rabbi Yossi, I'm mekayim the mitzvah, just like I'm mekayim the mitzvah of bread, which it says tamid. And it doesn't mean literally always, it means just a little bit in the morning and a little bit at night, but it does have to go through the night. That's very interesting. So maybe you would have to learn through the night, according to this. So you just have to learn a little Torah in the day and a little Torah at night, and you're yoytza. Omar, what? Right, this is only according to Rabbi Yossi. We don't pass him like him. Omar Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. So Rabbi Yochanan said the name Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. By the way, this is Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai who said that a person should always learn Torah Nasai. You should never worry about any parnasa, especially when the Jews are doing the right thing. People should not work at all. That's Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai's shita. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take care of parnasa. You just learn. So, but over here he says, Afidu loy kara adam el kriya shma shachris varvis. He says the most lenient position. All you need to do is say kriya shma, and it has to mean l'chayra, where he thought that it's going to be learning and not just saying shma. Kiyem lo yamosh. That's enough. That's the most lenient thing, because kriya shma l'chayra could be like, what do you mean? I'm doing a mitzvah of kriya shma. I'm not really learning at all. And the Gemara in Brachas discusses it. If you're the sugya over there, if the Sofer, exactly, Sofer, he's just writing, he's not Mekayim Talmud Torah at all. He is Mekayim, says Reb Shimon ben Yochai.
Talking about the first parasha, yes?
But it has to be a full parasha. It has to be a full, yeah. V'dover zeh asur lo'imri b'fnei ha'amar, says the Gemara. Do not say the secret over to the Balabatim that don't know, because they're going to take this literally and they're not going to learn Torah. They're just going to say a little bit of Kriya Shema. V'rava amar mitzvah lo'imri b'fnei ha'amar. Rava says it's a mitzvah, says Rashi, two pshatim. One pshat is that the Amaretz is going to see how special Torah is, that even if you just say the first parasha Kriya Shema, Yiyotze Torah, so he's going to make sure that his children learn the whole day. Because if from a little teeny Torah, you mekayim the whole mitzvah, imagine if you learn the whole day. Then another pshat Rashi says is that the Amaretz sees the Talmidei Chacham learning all day, and he says, wait a minute, they know the trick. They know they could get away with it, so to speak, with just saying Kriya Shema. Why are they learning all day? Obviously, there's a lot to it. And therefore, he's going to want his children. Rashi's talking about, we're concerned about the Amaretz's children, that he's not going to send them to yeshiva or whatever. And Rava says, don't worry about it. The Amaretz is smart enough to know that it's only mamish b'diavad, it's not the right thing. Says the Gemara. It's too late, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? He's not going to go to yeshiva, this guy. He's 90 years old. He did whatever. Worry about his children. Shov ben Dama ben Achoisi shel Rabbi Yishmael es Rabbi Yishmael. Ben Dama, the nephew of Rabbi Yishmael, we had him in Avodah Zarah. He actually died a tragic death. A very scary story in Avodah Zarah. He got bit by a snake, and he wanted to heal himself on Shabbos through a goy. and his uncle Reb Shmuel said, no, you have to die. You're not allowed to use a goy. He said, what? Then he died. So it's a nice story over there. One of the questions he asked his uncle was, you see, he was a big Talmud Chacham. And the Gemara explains why he thought he should be able to use a goy over there. So he says, I learned the entire Torah. Ma'o lilmoid chachmas yivanis. What?
That's what Torah is saying himself. How can you learn the whole?
I don't know. It's a very good shaila. And what's the Havamin over here? And he didn't know. It says there's an issa to learn the chachma vivanim, but they explained that he was maybe carved to the Menachos. Tosfos says, and therefore I think it was Tosfos that, and therefore he thought it was a heter. If so, we have to understand what he told him. Okay, so it's mutter for him because he's carved to the Menachos. Karol b'mikra hazeh lo yomush sefer haTorah hazeh mepicha v'gisa b'yom v'layla. You have no right to learn chachmas yivanis. You have to learn Torah day and night. But I will find one time for you that you're allowed to learn it. Find a time. If you can find me a time that's not day and night, then you can learn as much as you want. But it says in our Torah, you have to learn Torah day and night, and therefore you're stuck. Very good. Noam, if you're watching, this is for you. Yavanis, okay, great. Pasuk that this chiyuv of a gisa b'yom v'layla is a bracha lo sefer Torah hazeh. It's not that HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded us to learn day and night. Rather, it was a bracha that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave Yeshua. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Yeshua shedivrei Torah chavim alav v'yaser. HaKadosh Baruch Hu saw that Yeshua loves learning Torah. Shenemar u'mshorse Yeshua benu nar lo yom mitoich ha'oil. Omer HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yeshua kol kach chavim alecha divrei Torah lo yom sefer Torah hazeh mepicha. I'm going to make sure that you'll be able to learn forever, but not that we as Jews are mechuyev to. It was just a bracha. So that's one shot in it. Don't take this literally. It's one mandama, like Rabbi Yossi. None of the very small. Don't learn Torah as if you have to get it done, or have to do this daf, and then once you're done and then you're finished. And once you learn, you do it. Don't say that's it. I'm done. But there's no entire. That's what Rabbi Shomer was saying before. It's hard to understand. We have to understand the Gemara. What do you mean? I learned the whole Torah. There's always more and more. There's more pshatim here, but we'll go weiter. Omar Chizkiyo, Maidach Siv, Vafi Sischo Mepitzor, Rachav Lo Imutzok Tachtel. Boy Reish Lo Yikimiz HaKadosh Baruch Hu Midas Basav Adam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is different than humans, obviously. Midas Basav Adam. Other Mesis is Chaver Medarchei Chaim Medarchei Misa. A person kind of pushes his friend and convinces him from the way of life to the way of death. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mesis Adam Medarchei Misa Medarchei Chaim. He gives him Torah. He shenemar vav. He sischo mepitzar. He gets you away from the bad. And Rashi says through Torah, lumoy Torah, kidei linotzam megehenim shepiyot tsar. The opening to Gehenim is narrow, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives you the Torah to get you out of there. Shashonot sober. Why is the mouth of Gehenim narrow? Because that's how it keeps the smoke inside b'soicha. Top of Daf Kuf Amud Aleph. V'shem HaToymar. Once again, we did 3 daf today. We started Daf Tzadik Chesed Beis with Daf Kuf already. V'shem HaToymar kishem shepiyot tsar kach kulo tzara. Maybe you would think that the entire Gehenim is very narrow, and if it's narrow, so what? I saw somebody explaining, so maybe everybody's pushed in there so the fire doesn't get around so much. No, it's a geshmak, a big place. The fire burns great. It gets all sides. Talmud loymar hemik hirchiv. As you go in deeper, it gets even wider. Maybe you'll say that somebody, a Talmud Chacham that learned Torah but he went off, maybe he doesn't get Gehenim. Talmud loymar gam hila melech huchan. It's also good for the king, for the Talmud Chacham who went off the derech. Maybe you'll think he doesn't have wood. What's this thing about wood? Maybe you'll think that the fire goes out eventually. Talmud loymar medurasa eish ve'etzim harbe. No, it has wood, it's good, it's going to light there, it's going to be lit forever. It's a geshmaka barbecue. And maybe you'll say that the only thing Torah accomplishes is it just gets you out of Gehenim, but it doesn't give you anything else. And you're going to have a table full of all the best. So learning Torah is great, not only does it save you from Gehenim, it also gives you a shulchan malidashen. The boys say we should be learning Yom V'laylo, and we shouldn't forget our learning.
We'll have coffee in
10 more days to close.